Your boy. Sounds like I'm on a good mic. I sound good to you, right, Beau?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. Sometimes I hop on here and the mic input is all jacked up. We are in the studio. Welcome to the Washup Walk-Ons podcast. Another episode. We get to sit down with Beau Stevens Snipe, brought to you by FanDuel. And right before we clicked record, I asked Beau if he saw the clip. Logan was so kind to give us our first off-season interview for this year, and he gave us a great little social media, a little viral clip within the Hawkeye Nation where if he I asked him, I was like, what's up with this cast of characters on the line? What makes you guys so special? And he kind of went one by one. And his word for you, I was like, all I hear about Beau Stevens is that he's mean, like that he just that's the way he plays. And he goes, oh, he's a psychopath. And so I just what was your reaction when you saw that? And what do you think about that description from your O-line mate there?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty accurate in some aspects. Like I don't try to be mean. I'm not like an asshole to people, like just trying to be, but I play in a certain way. I've always like my dad told me whenever he first tried to get me to play football, he was like, "Hey, you gotta go hit people. You don't get in trouble." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sold. Like let me do this."
I'm in.
So like yeah, this is always how I've been. I always hit with my head and try and run through people. And honestly, it's more just the fact that I'll just snap. Like I'm like one of those guys that
You got a short trigger, short fuse?
yes and no. And it's usually never directed towards someone else's actions. It's always just I've beaten myself up over a play or something. Next play comes around, and if I screw that one up, I'm like, okay, I'm hyped. I'm pumped up right now. I'm gonna get like angry.
Interesting.
So usually I like during games sometimes those are the times where I was telling Coach Barnett, tell Lester to go run the freaking ball. I think it was
Give me
during
the
the
mic.
Iowa.
Give me the headset. Let me talk to him.
Yeah, I think it was during the Iowa State game. I'm looking up at the press box and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs like, "Run the fucking ball!" I'm like motioning like this to the Lester, and I'm like, "Come on, man! Like, stop passing it!" Like,
yeah, well, yeah, because you guys, I can't imagine what it feels like when you guys get on a roll and you're running it down their throat, and it's just like
mm-hmm,
more, give me
mm-hmm,
more, and like
yeah.
that's such a feeling of, especially for you guys, just dominating the other man across from you. Like how
Mm-hmm.
good does that feel when you guys got in that rhythm?
It's a high you can't buy. Seriously, that's something that we always talked about as an offense. Just break their will to play and wear them down throughout the game. And times in games where you can really feel it, like, okay, these guys are kind of soft. Like they're getting soft on us. They're not handling it. We run like just simple scheme outside zone, and these guys are just behind the ball, just can't even catch up just because we're moving so quick. And that's whenever I'm like, okay, please don't throw a play action. Please don't throw the ball. I'm in a roll right now. I'm feeling good. Just hit it up the gut, please.
Coach Lester,
Um,
don't get cute. Let me road grade this guy.
exactly. Like, just don't try and look pretty. Don't like throw some screen or something. Just run the ball. Um, and so, yeah, when we get rolls like that, it's powerful. And you look to your guy, your left and right, and you're like, okay, guys, like we're killing them. Like,
So that's really fascinating to me because long snapper, I was on the way north side of the sideline. We kind of stood by the quarterbacks. There wasn't a lot of interaction or focus on what, you guys would come off the field and you sit down on the bench and you start talking, right? And you start kind of going over the last series. What do we need to change? What are we looking to do? I never really got to hear any of that or really like peered into that. When you guys come off, is that something that you're kind of going over? You look at Logan, you look at Dunk, and you're like, hey, we're leaning on them. Like they're breathing heavy. We can feel it.
yeah. Yeah, no, usually it's after the first, second drive. We're like, man, these guys are way worse than they looked on film. Um, like, like we'll just start rolling a dude, and it's like this guy was their star player. Like, it doesn't look like it right now because you didn't see like he's honestly easier than our scout team guys. So those guys give us great looks, but it's just a feeling you get with whenever you have all five together. You feel more powerful than if you were just by yourself, of course, and it's a position that you got to rely on the guys next to you. So
Yeah.
whenever you get off the field and you look at each other like, okay, you feeling what I'm feeling here? Like, we on the same page? And it's usually, yeah, like, these guys are soft. And that's honestly, that was the first thing that we would say after a drive or two was, man, these guys are soft.
Oh, that's amazing. Going back to that Iowa State game you mentioned, so from the fan perspective, you guys had the guy, I don't know if you call him coach or just Warren Ruggiero, come over from Wake Forest. You guys used, from the outside, you're like, oh, this guy's bringing the slow mesh to Iowa, right? And you used it on a drive there in the Iowa State game. And then we never really saw it again. Do you have any insight into that? What was the discussion around that? Because Iowa State was like, they were looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah, I'm never in those like staff meetings, of course, so I don't get to hear their like behind the scenes talk about it. But just from my perspective, that's just not how we play football. We're not gonna hold and slowly run block. Like, it's just not what we do. Is
it weird for you guys?
It's so weird. It's odd because it's almost like you want to go half of what you usually go, and so you almost get off balance just trying to like slow yourself down. And we're not like a duck walking team, so we're just like strictly just run at a dude and get your hands inside and get leverage. And whenever you have to like slow that down, I felt like you got beat more because we're not putting that same type of pressure on them. And there was many times where it's like the read's not open and there's no hole because everyone's just like piling together bodies. So I just don't think it was a really good play for our like play style at Iowa.
The reason you're slowing that down too is so that if he does pull it, you're not 5 yards or 3 yards downfield.
Yeah. And that's just like even times we would have like just some like inside zone like read play. Even then, it's like coach would be like, "Hey, on this call, there's a specific tag word, so maybe if you're not covered by a guy, don't go just running after him." And I don't know how many times, we probably was like 2 or 3 times this year that we still got called on it because we want to go hit a guy. So why not? Why are we slowing down? And so, yeah, it's just, I don't think it was our identity type of play, honestly.
So it sounds like if you're going to do that, at least from your perspective, it feels like you either that has to be your thing or it just it doesn't work. Yeah.
And I think, was it Wake Forest that was their thing? It just wasn't us.
Can you imagine playing a whole game like that?
I feel like I wouldn't be really tired, honestly. And
you'd have too much.
You might get a couple hold calls from it too, because you're like these guys that you're going against are decently good, and like they can get off a block. So it's like you're trying to slowly put pressure on a dude. They're gonna come off, and that just wasn't our like play style really. So
okay, that makes sense. I haven't asked anybody about it. I know a lot of people on the outside were like, "Man, we saw it once and then it never came back." And I guess, Mark provided a unique, more than unique ability to run the ball as a quarterback. So you guys kind of leaned into that and it was great. And that was that, you guys haven't had that. No one really ever has what Mark provided. It was so it was cool. It was great, but it was weird to see a quarterback. I mean, I think Mark finished with like the 6th most rushing touchdowns in the country as a quarterback. What was it like playing in front of a dude like that?
It was great just because it was so easy for us to trust the guy. Like there have been times we had other quarterbacks in, I'm not going to name them, but it was like, okay, coach called this play. He's going to have to run it. We probably are going to get a tackle for loss. we knew that it wasn't going to be a good play. And with him, it was like, okay, he's going to make something happen. Just put it in his hands. And like, this dude's just a competitor and a winner, and he'll find a way. And there was many times where it's like, wow, like how did this dude do that? He's juking out these dudes and taking on hits and not sliding after like 2 or 3 yards like you'd expect out of a normal pocket passer.
Yeah. Were you guys worried as teammates? Like, dude, you're gonna get hurt. Like,
yeah, like after the Indiana game where he like hurt his knee or something. We're like, dude, you can't be doing that too much because we need you for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So we're after that game when he was like recovering from that but still playing, we're like, okay, we're gonna try and limit the amount of times he gets the ball. And I don't know. The coach was like, screw it. Like we're still gonna run him.
I mean, I haven't looked at the stats, but yeah, he still ran like a fair
Mhm.
amount. I even think that I think you could tell he did. I do think you could tell he was trying to not run as much as he would like to. Like I
Yeah.
legitimately think the guy would run it 20 times a game if you let him.
Mhm. Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure. It was
the
high school pickup. That's basically what he was playing the
dude, he is
entire time.
great backyard football, isn't he?
Yeah.
God, it's crazy. And you're right, juking out guys that it just doesn't seem like it should make sense. That first Vandy drive was the one that comes to mind. I mean, it's fresh. It's
Mhm.
the most recent game, and he kind of just finds a way, and then rumbles and tumbles downfield at 230 or 240 or however much he weighs. He's a stocky motherfucker too. Like not a lot about him makes sense really.
Yeah, no, like if I were to like compare him to anybody, it would be like a Josh Allen, like a
Yeah.
bigger, like he's gonna go hit somebody. Who else was it? Jay Cutler. You ever
Okay.
seen those
Yeah.
edits of him where it's like Jay Cutler and like lays a hit on some dude, gets up in his face and starts talking shit. Uh, that's like it was awesome to see that. And like during the Vandy game, I for sure thought that play where he busted it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad because like I'm turned backwards looking at him because I was like on the slide side, I had no one to block, and then like I can't even remember what happened, but like stunt happened somehow. Someone got through, and he just like takes off in the other direction. I'm looking back behind, like the opposite way I should be. I'm like, oh no. And I turn around, this dude's off to the races. I'm like, wow, okay, thanks, Mark. Made us look good there.
They
So,
did they were you tell me. I think their idea was they were going to bring heat and try and mess with you guys early in that
yeah.
game. And
Yeah,
you guys
that's how most teams I feel like try and play it is they're just gonna throw some junk at you. And then they realize, okay, they're picking it up pretty well. Maybe we just like just play base defense, and then they realize that's a bad idea as well. And it's the flow of the game. They're going to make adjustments. We're going to make adjustments, and usually by the end of the game, we had like 4 play calls. Like we were running the same plays, and these guys were like, "Okay, well, we ran all these pressures earlier, and they didn't work. Maybe we'll do it again, maybe not." And it just didn't really work out for them. So,
Yeah, it's great for you guys when you find yourself in a spot like that where the answer to them stopping you is just to be better football players, and
mhm.
that's not gonna happen in the 17 minutes that they have left in the game, and
Yeah,
so that puts them in a tough spot. Uh, it sounds like you had a lot of fun this year.
yeah. No, this is the most fun I've had playing football. It first year I think that I started was my second year, and that's like it was fun, but it was not at the same time.
23? 20
Uh,
22.
22, I think.
22, yeah.
And it was like the pressure that was on us to be good. We weren't good. Um, we ran the ball most of the game, but we couldn't run the ball. It wasn't a good feeling. And this last year was nice because we had all the keys or all the pieces we needed in the puzzle, and we had the guys up front that could take on the type of pressure that the teams were giving us, and it was nice to see all that we worked for really like come to fruition. And yeah, so it was the most fun I've ever had. These guys, the relationships I've had with these guys, like Mason, Connor, the guys last year as well, close with them. Will love them, be my best friends for life. But this group is special, and it was the way we operated. It was the type of guys that were in the room. Um, and honestly, I can't remember a bad day of practice like during the year.
Coach said that too. KF said that.
Yeah, like it's true. Like my was it freshman or sophomore year, coach had to like during camp, he like brought us up and he was like, we're done. Like you guys suck. We're not staying in this damn heat to watch you guys just hit each other so softly.
And you guys
And
actually ended practice?
we actually ended practice. And I think that was like the
Wow.
first time we had done it in like 20 years or something.
That's
Uh,
crazy, Beau.
and yeah, no, it was a weird feeling because I was new there too. So I was like, okay, is this normal? Like
That was in 22?
I think it was in 21 or 22. It was
Wow,
like
that
one
I
of
mean,
the
those
first
would be
years.
those would be the years. I mean, those are kind of as a joke because I have no skin in the game. We on here we call those the dark years.
Mhm.
Which, specifically offensively they were. Defense had some unbelievable years in there, but you guys were just and it wasn't your fault necessarily all of it. It was just like young, some guys got hurt, some guys retired, Lindy
Mhm.
left early. Like it was just you guys got left on an island there a little bit.
Yeah, and coach basically told me he regrets playing me because that 22 season, he was
But
like,
but who
"We had
else were they
nobody
gonna
else."
play though?
They were yeah, we're like, "There's no one else, so you're gonna have to play." And I'm like telling coach, "Yeah, I'll play. I wanna play."
Of
And I
course.
go out there and I'm shitting myself, pissing down my leg, slipping, falling, don't know what I'm doing. It was just a wreck, and
Was it a combination of because you guys are so damn big, I never know. You guys know better than me. And I don't want to rehash it all, but I talked with Mason last year. Shout out Mason, by the way, Super Bowl
Mhm.
champ.
Yeah, Super Bowl champ, it was sick.
Is that not crazy? Go in the league year one and you walk away with a ring.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sick. Him and Worse and Coop all got it, didn't they? All first years.
Wirfs did do it first year, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude. The Hawks are on a roll with that.
yeah.
That
There's
just
something
doesn't,
about them. Like they just get on these great teams and end up making it all the way through. And
dude.
I
That
can't
could
explain it, but it's
that could
something
be
about
you, bro.
Iowa. You know, it's it's very sick.
You never know. Like, there's only 32 teams. One of them's got to win it.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up somewhere. Um,
Can you be
the
quiet, dog? Thank you.
uh, the Was it when you were young and you got thrown in there and Coach Barnett's looking down the line, he's like, "God, I gotta play somebody.
Hmm.
Were you physically not ready? I know mentally you're not ready at that point because it just takes time. But were some of you guys physically ready and or was it everything? It was just a
It was honestly everything. Like specifically for me, like I was not in the greatest shape. Like I was playing heavy. Body fat wasn't where I wanted it to be, and there was many games where I'm like dying afterwards, like
yeah.
barely making it through the fourth quarter, um, and that, and then along with like all the bumps and bruises you get along with it, it was a struggle for sure. It was the hardest football I'd ever played at that time, and uh, it, I don't know, it just wasn't fun. Uh, it wasn't a great experience to go through whenever you're that young, but we just didn't have the culture. Like we had lost the culture of the offensive line, and that is what the offense depended on. And like a lot of games we had this year, they had to depend on us because that was how we were going to win the game. We're going to run down their throat, and
Starts up front.
yeah, it starts up front, and we just didn't have that for a long time. And Coach Barnett, when he came in, he basically said like, this O-line is going to be a great offensive line. It may not be this year, or it may not be next year, but it will be, and we're going to get it back to the way Coach France wants his offensive line to be. And that was his mission, And this dude was like tight ass before game day, like man, he was like nervous every time. Like he didn't have to be as nervous this year. And you could feel that the way he was just relaxed with us and how he was coaching us. And um, years prior, it was like, man, he's up all night, like thinking about this. Like, man, I got to play my second year guard. I got to play a guard at tackle. Um, first year center switch from D line. Like, like what are we gonna do? Like, if we're not good tomorrow, this isn't gonna be a good game.
Yeah, he's thinking it's
Um,
his job, right?
yeah, yeah. So he took a lot of bullets for us, though. He took a lot of the blame for the first couple of years, but it was us. Like we sucked.
There
So
so yeah, and I'm a part of the Coach Ferentz has to hate me now. I'm a part of the noise. This show is part of the noise, right?
yeah,
That KF and everybody on the inside is like, don't listen to the noise, don't even pay attention. Um, and of course, when all that's going on, I feel like we handled it better than a lot of people did because we're always trying to be players and program first. But there was a lot of questions. It was like, hey man, what's going on? What do they got to do? And it seems like 3-4 years down the line now, the answer is simply it just had to marinate. You just had to let the thing
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah. And I feel like in this landscape of college football, it's so much like, oh, you guys had a bad year. Fire everyone, replace everyone, new head
Portal.
coach, portal, everyone's leaving, and then you're back with a team that is like 60 different teams in one, and all these guys don't understand the way Iowa football is played, and just the personalities just don't mesh well, and yeah, honestly, that's what it was. We needed time to marinate. That's what's so awesome about Coach Ferentz. He's been doing this such a long time, and specifically at Iowa, he knows how this goes. He's had those years where it's like we have no pieces, we have no like special players. We have guys that are playing way too young, and in the back of his mind, he's like, "Man, this is not going to be good." But he's trying to keep a straight face, tell the team like, "Hey, like,
Yeah.
we just need to focus on the fundamentals." But
I'd love to. You and me both. I would love to know what goes through his head when he's sitting there like in camp, and he knows what it's going to be like.
He knows how the year is going to turn out, and he's not going to share all of what he's thinking to the media. But I'm sure that those couple years, he was like, "Man, we suck, and this is going to suck for a minute."
I played on a couple of those teams as well, and I can imagine him sitting in the office just going, "Oh shit, okay, we're gonna get fucking run through, okay."
Holy shit! Can we not pick up a blitz?
Run your knees, your knees.
Hey, Beau, it's just hands to the chest,
dude.
The things he says during practice is hilarious. Me and Dunk's favorite one. It's like the quarterback center exchange. We'll mess up and we'll drop the ball. We're like it's like a turd in the punch bowl.
Man, I haven't heard so many of these in so long. Oh, so good. Our favorite was always just do it again. Do it again. Yeah. And he's got the hand. He like,
dude, the way his hands, they look like
it's so like
what is going on with
it. It's presidential. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Going back to the having fun, this was compared to the early part of your career. It was so much not that it's easy, but it was easier, right? Mm-hmm. When you're in shape and you know what you're doing, and you got a full line, a Joe Moore Award winning offensive line. Congratulations, by the way. That is cohesive, and you have all the pieces. And you talked about the guys in the room, right? And how you guys have been through it. You ran the full race. Mm-hmm. And that race is longer now with the COVID stuff. We're finally basically out of that. And grad transfers and all these different things. Logan Jones in his 6th year. I mean, come on.
Old man.
I know, right? Is part of how did it feel? Because you mentioned how Barnett was confident and he told you guys, we're gonna get this thing back to where it needs to be. And you guys did it. Mm-hmm. Your career's over now. You can kind of bask in the, oh my gosh, we did it.
Yeah.
How does that feel, knowing that you were forged by fire and you climbed the mountain?
Man, like, if it just was easy and we were just good and we won the Joe Moore Award every year, it just would be special.
Yeah.
But the fact that we sucked so bad and we could become so good, it's an amazing feeling, and I'll forever be grateful for the things that Coach Barnett would say. Like, just the way he conducted. I won't pull any examples, but he's just the way he conducted himself around us. He was the most compelled individual outside of Coach Ferentz when it came to just working with his players. And honestly, Coach Barnett didn't focus on the football immediately. He wasn't worried about, hey, you need to get a first step. It was, I need you to be a guy that shows up on time and has just follows the standard. When we were young like that, we didn't have guys and we didn't have great leadership showing us the correct way of doing things. Like, when I first got there, it was a wreck in the O-line room. We were so robotic. They had to be called the exact right way for everyone to be on the same page. And this last year, it's like we barely made a call. Like coach, like Logan, we would get pissed at him sometimes because he doesn't even make a call, but we all blocked it, right? Like we all knew what was going on. But yeah, it's just having the people that we did it with and the ones that stuck around, like to see their process and to see my process through this all. It's an insane feeling knowing that you accomplished something at that level. And I'll be forever grateful for the shitty times that we had because that's exactly what made us, you know?
I was going to say, Coach Ferentz and the staff do a great job of finding you guys as good people, good men first.
Mm-hmm.
Your boys, when they find you 16, 17, 18, you guys are big boys. But they kind of have a feeling of what kind of person this is, what kind of parents they come from, what kind of, what they do in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to tell them on the show that they focus on turning you into a good men. And the product is that you're also a good football player, right? It's not the other. It's not the other.
Barnett was person before player, 100%. His thing was he wasn't like, I want you to become an All-American. I want you to win the Outland. I want you to win the Remington, the Joe Moore. He was like, I want you guys to be good husbands and good fathers. Like the first day I ever met Coach Barnett in person was one of the first days I showed up on campus, and he has this poem on his wall, and it's called "If" by Rudyard Kipling, and it's basically like if you can be level-headed, you can take the hard times and not make everyone else feel your struggle, like you'll be a man, pretty much. And that was honestly the goal of mine for the first 3 years. Just like I just need to become a man. Like I need to be tough. Like there was a different version of tough when it was in high school versus college, and the stuff you had to go through and the stuff you have to show up for, and not just go through the motions. The type of focus you need to have. Like you need to be a man. You need to be professional, and that's exactly what is expected at Iowa. Like I saw the video about the 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers. And Wirfs and Cooper were saying like it's a professional program that they're running there, and it's exactly what it is. Like the expectations on you are that you're not perfect, but you're going to act perfect. Like you were going to show up, and I'm not even just saying like we had problems with guys showing up, but it's like showing up with a purpose each day. Like 1 or 2 things in the run, 1 or 2 things in the pass. Like I'm going to work at this every single day, and when you get there, you're just trying to learn everything. You're trying to figure out how you're supposed to like fit in almost. But going through that process of learning how to conduct yourself is what makes a good player. And that's what they focused on. So
over the next 5, I'm 31 now. When you're 28, 30, you're going to look back 5 years prior and be like, holy shit. And you guys maybe even more than me. I didn't have to go through I went through my own career stuff, but like the journey that you guys as a group took from bad to great, the best in the country. I have to imagine that you guys on the fatherhood and the husband front, you're going to look back and go, oh my God, what a just a miracle that I got to be a part of that. And that Coach Ferentz and that staff and that program is the environment that I got to be shaped in, because to this day, and I guess now the guys that I'm talking to now, you guys don't, Coach Doyle was out of there and all that stuff happened, but he was massive to this day. And even to the point where I'm trying to look like him, I guess. To this day, I think about the shit that he put us through in the off season and training and all the stuff. And I'm like, man, I'd be a pussy if I wasn't for all that. And it shows up in fatherhood and parenting, and it's so cool, man. It's so cool. You mentioned Logan, and I'm not searching for a viral clip back, but how important was he in the middle of it all over the past couple of years?
Like he really found himself this last year. I feel like for the first couple of years, he was just trying to be Lindy, and he had that expectation on him. Like you're following this amazing Remington Award center. Like, you have to be the guy, and being a guy that's just played D-line for the first couple of years of college, like, that's a lot to live up to. And so for the first couple of years, he had to find himself, honestly, and how he was going to be, like, how he fit in with the offensive line. And he became a leader just from, like, he went through it with us, you know, like when we sucked, and that confidence that you can build over that time period is immense, just because you can see the improvement. Because if you suck so bad, there's only up from there, you know?
True.
Like, he needed to get out of his own way, honestly,
Sure.
and start being Logan Jones, not anybody else. And that's honestly what happened last 2 years, I think, is that he found who Logan Jones was, and he knew what he wanted to be, and he just got to go play. And he was like the more mature type. You know, I wasn't very mature my freshman, sophomore year. And so I think it was my sophomore year when he came in and started to play center. Like, even then, he held me to a higher standard, and you could feel it. Like, there was one time what was it? We were doing quarters in the summer, and, like, I'm dying. Like, I'm out of shape. Like, I'm not where I wanted to be at all. I didn't have any confidence to, like, make it through to the end. And so I, like, pulled, like, a glute or a hamstring, and then, like, he's motherfucking me afterwards. Like, you're soft. Like, you're freaking soft. Like, you can't even run freaking 4 quarters. Like he's that kind of guy that, like, was not going to put up with nothing.
Because he knew he knew you had it in you, actually.
Yeah, like, and the thing is like, there's some guys that you come through the program after 1 or 2 years, and you just know they got something to them. It just shows up in spurts. And that's exactly what happened with me. Is like, I was a guy that made plays in spurts. It just wasn't consistent. And he coaches those guys harder, you know. He gets on their ass way more. And, like, I don't know, like, there was one time I think he, like, choked me out. Like there was a like, rep we were doing in practice or something. It was like a twist drill, and I'm just like not even, like, thinking about it. I'm just running down at full speed. This dude, like, is trying to play a game next Saturday, and I'm not even, like, caring. I just run at him full speed, hit him, and, like, messed up his hand or something. And so he goes up in my face, starts choking me out. He's like, "Stop doing that, you pussy," or whatever. And, like, I don't know. He's just the type of guy that wasn't going to put up with shit, you know. Like, he already had a lot on his plate, so he didn't need any more. He didn't need to babysit you. So, like, I don't know. That's just the kind of guy he is. He's like the born to be leader type, you know. And I'm not the most vocal person. Like, I was more of the guy that just led by example, and that's what I focused on, was just try and be as close to perfect as possible in practice and games, and so I could show it off on film. Like, I love watching film on Sundays. Like, hey, you see that? Like, I killed that guy, you know. And
Logan said he liked watching your film too. He said you have the best finished film in all the land.
I don't know. Dunk was pretty good too, you know. Like,
it was fun watching all you guys.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm that type of person that just loves contact, and so, you know, it's when you love.
You're in the right spot, brother. You're in the right profession.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We're gonna hit a couple ads. We'll be back with Beau in just a second.
Rising utility rates combined with Eagle Point Solar's residential manufacturer's rebate program make this the perfect time to go solar. For a limited time while supplies last, purchase a residential solar array and receive a rebate check of 20 to 30% cash back. Hurry, this electrifying offer won't last long. Request a free solar analysis estimate today and take control of your high electric bill once and for all. Consult with an Eagle Point Solar energy consultant or visit eaglepointsolar.com for full details.
At Illini Golf, the game never stops. Featuring an exclusive PuttView putting green and 5 Foresight simulator bays, the most advanced technology in the area, designed to bring the golf community together. Illini Golf is a place where beginners feel welcome and experienced players stay challenged. Perfect for practice, lessons, and fun any time of year. Whether you're chasing lower scores or just chasing fun, Illini Golf is where every swing counts. Call now to book your simulator. Illini Golf, everything you need to grow.
Hey, it's Peter Harmon, the food guru, here to talk about Gray's Gourmet to Go. At Gray's Gourmet to Go, we are madly and passionately in love with three things: chicken lips, pizza, and great food to go. Chicken lips are the most beloved food in Iowa City. And if you don't know what a chicken lip is, you're really missing out. Our second passion is pizza. We're hell-bent on making great pizza. Yeah, you can get cheap pizza anywhere. But if you're a real pizza aficionado, you gotta try our meatball pizza. It's made with a natural starter. And like sourdough bread, it's soft and crispy and light as air. And the third thing that we're wildly and passionately in love with is great food to go. We believe you want to feed your family something great at home, but you're too busy with life to stop and cook. That's why we built Gray's Gourmet to Go. So the next time you need to feed the gang and you don't feel like cooking, just come to graysgourmettogo.com.
I bet Beau would like some Gray's Gourmet to Go right now.
Dude, that sounds, the chicken lip sounds fire right now, actually.
Dude, have you thought about how, I mean, it's not totally true. You could probably snag a couple, but your catering days are over. You're probably not getting a bunch of big Gray's meals anymore.
No, I gotta pay for it on myself now.
Hopefully that part takes care of itself. You shouldn't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah, no, I got like a meal plan deal where it's like it sends you food every week. So I just literally warm it up in a microwave for like a couple minutes and then it's ready to go. And it's like got all the nutritional stuff on the front of it. It's sick.
I love it. Efficiency, offensive line efficiency.
Yeah, no, I'm tired of getting back from workouts and then waiting like an hour because I'm either door dashing something or I'm having to cook something up. So I just want it now.
You guys are just constantly eating too. Check out Gray's and all of our other great sponsors, Eagle Point, Illini Golf, if you're over on the eastern side of Iowa or over around Peoria, Illinois. And shout out to FanDuel once again for sponsoring the show. Iowa Hawkeye basketball team, the men, huge win last night as of us recording this. Somehow found themselves as a 1.5 point favorite on FanDuel over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And Vegas was right because the Hawks got the dub. That was exciting.
I wish I watched more basketball. I'd know about these things. I don't watch basketball.
I don't either. Last night was the first game in its entirety that I've watched all year. But the basketball team's doing good things. They're on a little turnaround themselves. How did Beau Stevens become a Hawkeye? How did Iowa find Beau Stevens?
Oh, I feel like I was considered somewhat a high recruit. I don't care for stars or whatever, but like there was a decent amount of offers I could have chose between. And, I was the one school that just didn't kiss my ass. And that was like, they just didn't text me that often. Like all these other teams.
They left you alone?
They just left me alone. And, that process is stressful when you're in high school and your phone's getting blown up. Like, I think I left my phone, didn't touch it for like 3 days. And I had like 150 messages. Just from like every single staff member from like each school. Like I'm hearing from like the special teams coordinator. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to that guy. Like, let me talk to the head coach. Let me talk to the O-line coach and maybe the strength coach. But yeah, no, they left me alone and they basically like reverse psychology, like recruited me. They were like, yeah, this is really hard. You don't have to come. Like, it'll be the hardest place you go to.
It's like, you're not going to be that good.
We don't need you that bad. So, you could just choose all these other flashy schools if you want. And I was like, okay, I kind of like these guys because they're kind of doubting me. So I kind of wanted to like prove them wrong, like, I could be really good, I can play football. So yeah, no, that's kind of how it came about. And just, you could tell when I first visited, you could just tell that it was different. Like the values were different. They only cared about who you were. It wasn't like, oh, your film's great. Look at our jerseys. They're so cool. Like, look at our locker room. It's brand new, Like they were.
I
just
am
like,
jealous of your guys' locker room. It's a little different.
locker room's pretty sick. But no, yeah, it just the focus was in the right place, and like I feel like at everywhere else, it was just in the wrong place, and I don't know. I just felt like that was me. I'm not very too complex of a guy, and I'm not looking for. I don't wear flashy jewelry. Like I'm not trying to look.
You don't
the
have a chain
coolest.
under there, Bo?
I got like one for my mom.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a simple like one my mom got me for her birthday, but.
No earrings in Bo Stevens' future?
Yeah, no. Like I'm not that flashy type. Like I'm an offensive lineman. Like you're gonna see me if you're gonna see me without a helmet on, like I'm gonna look like a freaking homeless man, you know.
I think
I'm just trying to keep the weight on right now.
And
So
with Dunk in the building, you didn't have to worry. He had
it was great actually having him there because it was like give him the attention. Like I don't.
And he attracts all of
him.
it, man.
Oh yeah, like he's a magnet for media. He's got all the not gimmicks, but all the stuff that you would want in an offensive lineman to talk about. You know, the dude's got a crazy mustache. His hair's flowing. This dude's biceps are like the size of my thighs. Like just the stuff that you would want to talk about. And then I just felt like I was just too simple for all that.
Yeah.
And like the times that they would request you for media at Iowa, I was just like, I didn't have class in person, but I'd be like, hey, so like whoever, I forgot the media guy that like coordinates it, but I was like, hey, I got a test. I can't show up to that. And I'm just like at home, just like taking a nap.
Steve and Matt were like, this guy never lets us.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah. They were like, yeah, you haven't talked to him in so long. You should probably, do that. I was like, I'm not really feeling it. Like I just want to play football like that. Yeah. That was in my job description.
You're all about business, man. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm not very complex. Like I play football, watch anime, play video games, and that's my
anime guy, huh?
Love anime. Loved having Bryce George transfer in this year because me and him hit it off when it came to anime. Like this dude put me on so much stuff. I was like a middle school, like watched a couple shows here and there type, maybe a couple throughout high school, but then like this last like couple of years, I was really getting into it, and me and him just hit it off because of that. Like me and him were like buddy. We roomed together in camp, and I was like, hell yes, because we're just going to be watching anime the entire time. Where's that?
Not a lot of time in camp though, man. You get back at like, man, some of those days. Well, that's not true because you guys, I'm sure they find a way to fill your time, but you guys, you don't even do a traditional 2-a-day anymore, do you?
Yeah, no, it'd be like walkthrough, type stuff, but. We'd get like a good 3 hours in the middle of the day, just kind of chill. Like they're not going to just keep us going the entire time. You need downtime as well. And then like on our off days, they would fill our time until like 1 to 2, and then you get like pretty much the rest of the day off, which is nice. And I'd be in there playing my Switch. And me and him, I'd be like docking it up on the TV in the hotel room, and he'd be over there in the corner on his chair playing it. And I'm like, dude, what are you playing? He's like, I'm playing Silk Song. You should really buy it. And I bought both the games and still beat them. But
I love it. In camp, it sparked my memory. Do you guys, do they still do like it's usually outside the complex, like in a van or whatever at the end of the day, like the snack at the end of the camp night?
Yeah. So they would bring,
like, did you guys get like one of the nights it was like you got your own personal pizza, and one of the nights they would do like Dairy Queen blizzards? And
I think it was like certain nights we get Dairy Queen blizzards, but it was like, I think it was like Chick-fil-A, Firehouse, and Poncheros. It was, all of the sponsored guys that catered it, and it was like it would just rotate between those three. And
God.
Either that, or we'd have like we're at the Courtyard Marriott, which is like across the street from the facility that we'd like walk to.
True.
And sometimes we would have snack there on like the top floor, and they're like
the restaurant
ballroom, the restaurant type thing. But and that was pretty sick. I love that time period because one, you're burning so many calories, so you get to eat so much more. And so it's like, man, I'm eating so much, and then you get out of camp and you're not stressed as much. So then you're like eating the same way, and you're like, man, I gained like 10 pounds in 3 days. Like, come on.
What's the lineman it was always so fun because the scale's right there in the locker room. What's the most you ever saw pre-practice to post-practice on a weight loss?
For O-Lineman,
This is going to shock some people.
yeah, I think it was like 18 pounds.
Yeah.
Like there was
In 3 hours.
I think it was Griffin Little. He was with the team for a little while, and he was like the wrestler type. And this dude would like chug waters to make weight. And then like after practice, this dude's throwing it all up, full body cramping.
He's
and
not the first
like,
one, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was a common occurrence. Like there's times when people get IVs because they're losing so much sweat weight or water weight, and it's insane because one, you're trying to make a weight like each day. So if you're low, you're screwed because you either have to like chug like 4 or 5 waters right before weigh-ins and then go work out. And your tummy is just so full. And you're like, man, I'm throwing like honestly,
I can, dude, the way you describe it, I can feel it. I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, no, there was a couple times my freshman year when I was just like I think I got mono at one point, and I was just down so much weight, but then I was like coming back from it, but I was still down on weight, and I'm like chugging like 7 waters, which is like 7 pounds of liquid, and right after I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, and I'm just throwing it all back up. Just
or on the other
whatsoever.
side of thing, you walk in early, and the guys who are over, they're in the hot tub with their sweatshirt on.
Oh yeah,
and they're spitting in a bottle, trying to like, if
I've
I
been
can
on
just
both
spit.
ends of that. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm glad. So I don't love that people have to go through that. It is somewhat of a necessity. It's like a necessary evil. It is comforting in a way as a former guy to know that almost 15 years later, shit's still happening the same way.
Yeah,
It's great.
I mean, there were some crazy stories.
Oh, brother.
Guys that were super underweight. Like, so I think it was Jack Plum.
Mhm.
He would tell me about times where he'd you have to like weigh in your underwear and socks, right?
Yeah.
He would like hide a trailer hitch in between his legs.
Dude, so my freshman year, this goes all the way back to before we were even in the complex that you guys were in. It was across the street, which I think turned into a baseball building. Yeah, old weight room, everything. So you got your lift card, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel ashamed to admit this, but I think I've said this on the podcast once before. I went and grabbed a 2.5 pound plate and held it on the outside of my lift card on the opposite side of where the coach was standing to make weight one time. It's like, I cannot be on shake list. I can't do it. And so there's strategies, there's little tricks that I've seen, put the weight plate and you hide the Powerade in your pants. Like
you got to start like, honestly, like some of these guys are schemers. Like there was, so we have our weigh-in, like a scale, and then we have like a fridge right next to it.
Yep.
And if you're like super over, like 10 pounds over, guys would just like scooch like over closer to the fridge and just like put a little finger and just like push up a little bit. And then they're like, oh, I'm on weight. Hell yeah. Then you take it off and then you go up 10 pounds and they're like, whoa, get back on the scale.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Like I gotta do it again.
God, my heart's warm. Just it's all
I'll be
the
like
same.
calling a buddy from behind, be like, hey, can you block my right side so Coach Braithwaite doesn't see from that angle?
I love it.
I did that for a buddy for like a full year. I won't name his name, but he was a heavy son of a bitch. So
and you can't do it too much too, because then it's like
then you're enabling him a little bit.
Right.
Like then you got to start having a conversation like, hey man, like,
how about we just make
don't eat a large pizza right before weigh-ins. You know, it's probably a bad idea.
Man, that's funny. With all you guys, I bring it up just because I love the individual perspective. This NIL stuff just blew up during your time. And, you just talked about how you are, you're not flashy. You're not to say that like a flashy person would necessarily be high maintenance or something, but it would kind of go hand in hand, right? I'm not saying Dunk would be that way, but you're not interested in the media. I don't want to do the interviews. I appreciate the 49 minutes you've given me. It's been fantastic. How did you go about that? And was it crazy to you? I just asked Aaron Graves 2 days ago. I was like, dude, did you guys sit around when all this rev share stuff happened and look at each other like we just hit the jackpot, or like what is going on?
Yeah, no, like when they first started the NIL thing, I was like, oh, they're just going to pay the really good players. They're like starting and they're going to get some money. And like you would hear about deals that guys are getting from like certain brands and like, man, that's pretty sick. And then like I'm an O-Lineman and I'm not flashy whatsoever. So I was like, oh, this ain't coming. Like I'm never getting really paid like that.
Sure.
Hear about guys transferring for tons of money. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to transfer. So I'm not going to get that either. But yeah, no, this last year, whenever they told us, like, yeah, you guys get a portion of the revenue. And I was like, really? Like, I'd been like, I was broke. Like, even though I was on scholarship, I was broke. Like, I would spend too much money on food and DoorDash and all that just to make life easier on me. And so then the comfortability of this last year made it nice. Like, I bought a house. like I'm in a new house, and it's like to myself with me and my fiance. And it was nice to kind of like also step back from the college atmosphere in a sense. Like you kind of feel more mature and professional that way.
Yeah.
You're not living with other guys that are 2 years younger than you and making the dumb mistakes you did, and they're keeping you up at night. Or
it's Saturday and they're coming in at 1:30 a.m. and
like it was nice to kind of get away from that aspect. And so this last year was just super comfortable because I knew that I didn't have to worry as much about that side of things. I could just go play football.
That's huge.
If I needed a meal, like I could DoorDash it, like spend the $35 and like not be like, okay, I have $36 in my account. I'm going to get one less item just so that I can afford the tip and delivery fee.
Man, that's
don't have to text my mom. Hey mom, I'm really hungry right now. Can you send me $50 for DoorDash?
Can you transfer $22 into my account?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crazy. I remember, I mean, you're broke unless you're just really stingy, even on the scholarship check.
Yeah, especially freshman year, like you don't get paid as much because it was your second year when you move out. It's like, okay, I need to find a spot that's affordable, so I can have the extra cash to just be able to spend on what I need. But like freshman year, you're like, I think it was like $400 a month, or something like that we were getting, and I'm like, dude, it's 1 weekend and I'm negative right now, like.
Yeah, because that first year they obviously don't factor in the housing stipend of it. So I remember when I was a walk-on and then eventually got on scholarship, and I remember, so I was really broke, and then a little less broke. And I remember you guys, it's baffling to my brain because you guys are now getting thousands of dollars in the rev share stuff. And I remember the first $1,564 check that I got, and we had set it up like many guys do, where you find a spot to live. It's 10 years down the road now, so prices have gone up a little bit, but our rent was like $450 a month per person.
Yeah.
So you got a little over $1,000 left a month. And I thought I was fucking loaded. I was like, this is unbelievable. And they're paying for my books and my school. This is incredible. So yeah, man, it's good to hear that took some of the stress off, because that's huge. When you can just play football, that's huge.
For sure. And like I was kind of lucky my second year. So like when I moved out, they increased, like you obviously increase the stipend you get for housing and stuff. But I had a buddy, he was a fullback here before, when we still had fullbacks. His name Denon Lamoris. And his dad was like, I'm not going to say loaded, but he was just well off.
Sure.
And he had like a great business, and he basically said, like, you guys only got to pay like $325 a month for rent, each of you, and do whatever you need with the rest of your money. But like he made it really nice for us our second year. But then it was my third year where I moved to a different spot, and it was like $750 a month. And I'm like, I got like $800 a month to do whatever I need, gas. Like I'm driving. The parking is terrible. So then you're like having to pay for the parking passes, and you're like, God, it's been 2 weeks and I'm already out of money.
The parking is so dog shit. It's unbelievable that they haven't figured that out for the athletes yet. It's unbelievable.
Like I don't get, like, the coaches have a lot.
Yeah.
But they just park in, they're a staff member. they get to park in it. But like football players, there's even like numbers, like team numbers in the parking lot that's next to the facility. Like you would think like, hey, this is your spot. Your number 70, you're in the 70 spot. And you just get that. Nope, because it's shared with track and it's shared with baseball and it's shared with softball and all that stuff. And so you're like,
so bad.
There was times where like I'm there ready to like go, like I'm like just driving in, trying to get into lift right before practice. There's no spots.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, let me go to this parking ramp that's like half a mile away. Go to the parking ramp. It's full because it's full of like the nurses and all the like medical people for the hospital.
And then you got to make the decision. Okay, do I park in that lot behind the press box if there's a spot there and just run the risk? Do I just run the risk?
No, so there's so many times I got towed. Like I just ran it up. Like even times where like I'd find a spot, I'd forget to pay for the parking on the app, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm already at $200. Come out. Where's my car?" Like I'm just trying to get to class now, and I got to go Uber to Big Ten Towing and get my car real quick before class. But it was a pain for sure. It was nice having the parking pass, but it sucked having to pay for it because it's really expensive. But
I cannot believe that doesn't come.
Funny story, actually. So Jackson Rexroth, senior this last year, he accidentally parked in Coach Ferentz's spot. Like
the first spot behind the building?
The first spot behind the building. It was he got there early, couldn't find parking. So he was like, screw it. I'm just going to park back here. Hopefully they don't come back here and ticket me. Come to find out, that's Coach Ferentz's spot. and then, like, I don't know if he brought him in or whatever, but I just heard it going around. I was like, yeah, Jackson freaking parked in Coach Ferentz's spot. And Coach Ferentz was not happy about it because he was like, this is my spot. Where am I going to park now?
Dude, can you imagine KF pulling up and realizing he had to put his car in the other lot, or he had to go to the ramp and walk a half mile? Oh, my God. I'm slowly reaching out to you guys, and Jackson's on the list. That is 100% coming up in our interview. I'm going to ask him about that. I know you got to go soon, so I'm going to ask you just two more questions. One, you got the combine coming up. So sick that you're going to be able to go compete there. You excited for that?
Yeah, no, that's going to be sick. Like, I don't really watch football on TV, and I don't really watch like sports. Like I can't stand broadcasters, but that's something that I remember always watching because one, it's quiet. It's like a golf. Like they're very quiet when it comes to the broadcasting, and it's strictly like, especially when they're running 40s and stuff. And I just remember watching that whenever I was growing up. Like, man, I'm going to be there one day, and to actually have the last year that I had, and then have the opportunity to do it. It's quite surreal because you're like, man, my dreams are not that far away, you know? And obviously you want to win a Super Bowl and be a great player in the NFL, but like the basis of that dream is starting to like form, you know? And it's just sick feeling. And then like, I'm training back at Iowa, so it's sick always seeing the guys, and they just like, I remember whenever I would see Lindy or Connor like last year, we'd come back, you just have a different like aura about them. Like, this guy's pro. Like, this guy is the guy, and he was one of the best around when he was here. And so like to have the younger guys looking at me like that, it's pretty sick. And it's like, man, you know what? Maybe I deserve this. Because like for the longest time, like when you're a freshman, you don't feel like you belong. You got the imposter syndrome. You feel like I don't belong here. Like, especially when we sucked early on and in the dark years, you call it. And it's a crazy feeling of like, dang, it's happening for real.
I just got goosebumps. I'm getting them again thinking about it. I was never shit compared to you, but I know what you're talking about. And you run the race, and now those coaches and those strength coaches, first of all, you're not under their purview anymore. So like they're not your responsibility. So your relationship with them automatically jumps a level. And then you're right. You walk around that building and it's kind of like, I ran the race. I completed it. I kind of have a little bit of ownership here now. And they're talking about you and Logan and Dunk in that O-line room now. Like, you want to be like these motherfuckers? You got to do the shit that they did. You now, like, you're the guys that they talk about now. And so those young guys are looking up at you like, man, that guy's going to go get paid. It is it is an aura, man. It's so cool. What final question? What do you have to do to fully realize that dream? What does Beau Stevens have to do over the next couple weeks, couple months to make a 53 man and solidify a solid spot on an NFL roster and turn that into a career?
Like what I've been hearing from coaches, like not like NFL coaches, but my coaches at Iowa, just never change. Like bring Iowa, like I said this at the Senior Bowl, I was like, bring Iowa football to the league, because the league needs more offensive linemen and the league needs more guys like Iowa football. And you see that with these guys that are going to the Pro Bowl. Like you run the race at Iowa, you're going to be successful. Like you're not, like I can't remember the last time we've had a Iowa bust. It's always been a guy that either wasn't really heavily looked on, like when he first came into the league, but then somehow found a way on the field, or it was a guy that was like Cooper DeJean, where he comes in and immediately wins a Super Bowl. It's just always being yourself, and that's what I've learned over these years at Iowa. Is just I needed to stop trying to act like something I wasn't, and just be who I was, and then that's the biggest thing I've taken with me, and that's my focus is like I'm not going to change for nobody. Like I will change my technique, I will get better, I will take the coaching, but you're not going to make me a different person. You're not going to make me the guy that's got the diva personality that starts caring about the money more than football. Like it was nice this last year to get paid a little bit, but that was the least of my concern. Like it was strictly, I just want to play. Like I want to play for Coach Ferentz. Dunker will say the same thing. Like, what was it? Coach Ferentz has these, or Coach Barnett has these meetings with us each year, like exit, checkout meetings. And it's like the questions he'll ask you, it's like, what are your goals for the next year? And I think Dunk, what he said was like, I just want to play for Coach Ferentz. I don't want to go to the league now. Like, I want to sit here. I will do the full 5 years. I'm sure Dunk could have got drafted last year. But the place that you're at is so special to have no guys opt out of the bowl game. It just tells you like these guys are grateful to be here. And even the guys that you would expect to have like the diva personalities, like the running backs, the DBs or the wide receivers, like these guys are grateful. And these guys are like committed to being Iowa, and it's just a different, like just the stories I've heard from like all these guys at the Senior Bowl about their own schools. It's like, it just wasn't like that. And there was a lot of like clash when it came to like those kind of personalities. And here it was like, either you're going to be like Iowa or you're not going to be here, and they made that very clear early on. And so, yeah, just never changing, bring Iowa football to the league, and because the league needs it, they need guys that are going to act like professionals.
I think you drilled it on the head. The league needs more Iowa offensive linemen. It's just true. I don't think anybody would. I think every single team in the league, if you asked them, hey, can we just give you an Iowa lineman? They'd be like, fuck yeah, we'd take that. We'd take one of those. Yeah. Appreciate your time, man, so much. This was really fun. And I know you're not a media guy, but you'll probably get a little bit of feedback on this one because you get to open up and tell a little bit more about your story. Good luck moving forward, man. We're excited to watch.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Everybody listening, hope you had a good time listening to Beau. Follow his career as he steps into the league, and we'll be back again on, I think this goes up Sunday. We'll be back again Thursday. Somebody else, maybe Kevin or my co-host will show up one of these times. I don't know. We'll see you then. Peace.